Hello, this is Dean Phoenix, and we are returning from my Deathmarch low-level Piercing Cold playthrough. And I had to redo a couple of the quests. Had a little bit of a, bug, and hopefully the end of the last episode will have gone okay. But basically, Piercing Cold kept bugging out because there were too many enemies, and I was killing them all with Piercing Cold, which can happen at places like Hunt Spaces and things like that. So that was at the end of the one of the encounters for the Whoreson Junior quest. So I just had to do that off stream, and then carry on. It was basically just used a ton of Igni instead of using Aard and Piercing Cold. So got through that, and then I just came and dumped some stuff in my stash, and now we're carrying on, and we are looking at the elusive thief contract, which is what we're going to be starting this episode with. Just going to grab all this stuff, and because I think I actually killed the Doppler in the first playthrough, and so I'll be able to just spare him in this playthrough. Let's have a look. Do I have a Doppler mutagen? Let me see. Waterhide, Katakan, Doppler. Yeah, so I killed the Doppler in the first playthrough. So because this is New Game Plus, I already have that Doppler mutagen. There's no need for me to kill the Doppler in this one, because normally I would spare him. Now, I don't know if you just noticed there, but I've got a Divana runestone. It's not a guaranteed drop, but a lot of the time you will get a Divana runestone there, which is really good early in the game. So, whilst you're looting things in Novigrad, it's well worth checking out that little bit there, making sure that you loot those places, because that's one of the places that you will often get a Divana runestone if you're a bit lucky. And that can be a ton of fun. So that's particularly important if you're trying to go to Skellige early as well. And that's a really useful bit like that. So yeah. Right. So yeah, that's something to consider. That Divana runestone really helps kill enemies, and especially human enemies that are susceptible to it. And so if you're wanting to go to Skellige early in any playthrough, bleeding is a good way to do that, so that's always helpful. Right, so we just have to track this guy down and then find out what's going on there. Sound seems to be coming through on the stream okay, so that's cool. Right. Now this is a low-level New Game Plus playthrough, and the reason it's deliberately low-level is so that I can make use of Piercing Cold. If you've seen any of the other episodes, I would recommend that you go and watch those. Hopefully you find them interesting. But the thing is that sign resistance for enemies gets so high later in New Game Plus and at higher levels that basically it means that you can't really use Piercing Cold as effectively in New Game Plus. Because of that, so it's important that you, if you want to use Piercing Cold properly, it's more effective at low levels. So always a good thing to do just there. Okay, so we're gonna fight this guy, and with Piercing Cold, it's pretty easy. Wonder if you can actually set him on fire as well. Let's have a look. Oh, you can. Well, that's a much easier way of doing it. Oh, that's interesting. He used Gwent to actually stop the burning, which is, obviously something that you can do as well. So, yeah, interesting. And I'll just be able to stop him there. Best keep Gwent up, actually. He does fairly decent damage, which is quite funny because, how do they copy the actual witch's mutations and stuff like that? Shouldn't really be able to. Anyway. Like if they're just copying, how can they use signs and things like that? There probably is something in the lore. So, yeah. Interesting. Anyway, so normally I would spare this guy, and that's what I've just done there, obviously. And you do get a diagram for a pretty good sword, I think it is, something like that. Not that I ever used blades that aren't Witcher blades, but you get a bit of crowns and then, but you don't get the reward for completing the contract. So, yeah. Normally you'd want to spare the Doppler, but killing that guy is literally the only way that you can get, what's the word? Literally the only way that you can get the Doppler mutagen, and by extension the Doppler decoction. So if you want the Doppler decoction, which is quite a powerful decoction, it's a 50% increase to your damage, when you strike somebody from behind, I think it is. It can be very powerful, particularly when you use it with the northern wind and stuff like that. It's an interesting one. Because like I say, if you do want that, then that's the only way you're going to get it, is to do that. So, good chunk of experience for that quest as well. Now we can just carry on. Who's screaming? Who's attacking who? Normally that's only when somebody's trying to attack you or something like that. There doesn't seem to be anybody trying to attack me, so that's a bit weird. Muffle them if they did. Anyway, so we're just going to carry on here. Going to try and find Whoreson Junior's hideout and things. Going to run through this way. I haven't specifically gone and got all the places of power like I would in a normal playthrough, because I don't really have enough of the greater mutagens to be able to get any more of the mutation slots unlocked. So you see here that I am using the mutation piercing cold. Now if I was to unlock another slot, it'd only be a blue one anyway, and it wouldn't be boosting these greater blue mutagens on the outside, which is a shame. So I'd be able to add in active shield, but I don't really need that because I've got delayed recovery, and so superior swallow will always be active for the vast majority of the time, which is more than enough healing. I don't really need any of these other things. I could get a bit of extra igni intensity or something like that, but the others aren't really making a lot of difference. So there's no skill that I really truly need from that blue tree, so it's not as imperative that I get, you know, any of the other mutations unlocked. And the only other things I could really do is put the points into maybe unlocking Rend and Razor Focus and using those as the red skills. So that may be something that I look to doing a little bit later. The reason I mention this now is because after I've done this little bit, I'll be on the north side of the island, so I'll just go and pick up the place of the power that's at the very, very northern tip of Novigrad. So there's a unguarded place of power that you can get to extremely early, doing it that way. So that's always a consideration that you should have. This is the bit that we need for anyway. So this is the bit that we're looking for here. You gotta come and check it out. I can't remember what happens if you don't speak to Cleaver, because I don't like having failed quests, so I always speak to Cleaver anyway. But yeah, I think that if you don't talk to Cleaver and you don't have the dwarves, then you have to fight some people in here, from what I seem to remember. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, nothing here, but that completes another quest objective. And I'm just going to grab the place of power while I'm at this northern end of the island, like I said. So this is the way that you can go to get this place of power. Now, in the course of a normal playthrough, I always go and grab all of the places of power straight away, because, you know, very early on in the game, it's extremely useful to have that. So, you know, that's something that you would normally be looking at doing, and I always say go and get the places of power, like in my deathmatch walkthrough. The first thing you do when you get to Velen is to go and, grab all the places of power and then use them to get your build and everything else. But this playthrough, not really as necessary. Okay, so again, in the previous episodes you'll have seen that I've done some things out of order, so that I can get very specific very specific Gwent cards. I can make use of those. And I've also done high stakes early, so that because normally that's a high level quest, but instead I have done it this time and done high stakes early so I can have the Relentless Leader ability, which lets me take a card from the opponent's discard pile, which is fantastic because it means that as long as you get one of your regular spies, you can take it from their discard pile before they replay it, and that gives you a chance to get more spies like that. So you see there, I got Mysterious Elf as well, and basically what that's meant is that I can get a ton of different spies altogether and be able to have a lot more cards than my opponent, and then be able to beat them like this. So I'll play this last by here, and that'll give me a chance of getting that Biting Frost card back in my deck. I didn't get it just there, but I've got 3 of the decoys now, and also have this Scorch card, so I'm going to be able to do a ton of damage to their actual deck. I'll make them play a little bit, a few more of their cards, and then see if I can win this round, which I should be able to do fairly easily, just by playing Villain Tretometh. So, play Villain Tretometh back, Scorch that one, and they play Vil of their own, and I will take my Villain Tretometh back with the decoy, and now they'll have to pass. So, I'm going to play Villain Tretometh first. That'll take off their 2 14 score cards there, and then I could Scorch these, which I think I will do because I've got my medics here, so it doesn't matter that I Scorch my own 10 strength cards, because I have enough medics to be able to play those back. So I use my last decoy there, take back Villain Tretometh, and this is the sort of thing that you can do to people's deck to absolutely destroy them with the right combination of cards, and then I can just play everything back here, which is quite good fun. So there's tons of tactics that go into using the Nilfgaard deck. I really love doing stuff like that, so always fun. Managed to take absolutely everything off their own board and play all of my cards back anyway. 96-0. 96-0. Nice little win there. Anyway, this is the way that you'd want to come if you're looking to get this way, which is the way to get this place of power. So come all the way up here, and then we can get into the actual grounds here. And like I say, it doesn't matter how much of the story or anything else you've done. At this point, you can very easily come to this place of power. It's totally unguarded, and you can enjoy the beautiful scenery whilst also getting yourself an ability point. The other place of power in the Novigrad area is the place of power outside Olness, which I believe I've probably got already because I went around the notice boards. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, so this notice board here is the one in Olness. And there's a place of power just around this area, somewhere around here, and you can get that place of power as well. Places of power are absolutely crucial because obviously they give you more ability points, and in the normal course of your, this is a new game plus where I've already got the build set up exactly as I wanted it. But in the normal course of events, you want to get the places of power and use all those ability points as soon as possible. That can give you a massive edge when you're doing deathmatch and everything like that, especially if you do deathmatch on a fresh playthrough. And it can also help you finish off your full build in a New Game Plus playthrough, which is supremely helpful. So we're just going to come back down this way. Now the next thing that I have to do is speak to Vernon Roche, and he is so far away that I am just going to fast travel over there. So just going to go this way. Don't need these two because I'd set these 2 markers for playing people at Gwent, but now that I have my full Gwent deck, I've been playing them people as I go, so that's not a problem. There is a fast travel by Vernon Roche, but I don't have him just yet. So I don't have that fast travel marker yet, so I'll just have to go and do that. There's a couple of quests involved with Roche as well. One where you have to go and rescue Vess when she disobediently runs off. So I'll have to go and do that as well. So I've not done this bit with the barn yet. That's interesting. I'll just get my everything in order. Because there are some ghouls that you need to fight in here. Okay. These things are very easy to take out though, so that's fine. Ruh-roh, ghouls. Anyway, got all these sorted. get the superior blizzard on as well. If you want to make quick work of things like these, then you can very easily just burn them like that. A quick thing that's quite interesting that somebody showed me is that you can use Firestream and then quickly go between the enemies like that, which is very useful for, what's the word, very useful for quickly going between them. So you can see there we've got the slowdown from the, what's the word, superior blizzard potion, which is extremely useful. And then we just killed all those ghouls there as well. And that is the power of this type of build. Very useful. So the burning does a ton of damage, and then obviously so does the direct damage from Piercing Cold 2. Loot all that stuff, not that I really need it or anything like that, but yeah. Taking care of all of those and killed them like that. Right. Get rid of that stuff, all sorted. Ghouls are one of those enemies that are actually very difficult to take out if you try and take them on as a Red Skull enemy, unless you've got an extremely powerful build, because they recover health. So things that are a higher level than you when they do recover health are, you know, pretty tricky. What's this guy got? Ah, he's a travelling guy. I remember this guy. Does he give good prices or not? I don't seem to remember him giving good prices. Let's have a look. No, really bad prices. Go away, you. Don't want to talk to you. Yeah, we will, and I'll ignore you then as well, because you give such naff prices for things. Oh well, loot everything that he has though, that'll, why not? Might as well. Alchemy paste, you can always sell that later, that's always useful. Not that I really need money in this playthrough or anything, so I'm just using this Grandmaster Griffin set. The reason I'm using that is because it has the massive boost for Erden. When you stood in an Erden trap with all 6 pieces, so I've got both swords and all 4 pieces of the gear, and you can see that sort of purple trail, that's the boost from the armour that you get. And it increases your damage resistance, it increases the rate of your stamina regeneration, just fantastic. Really, really good. Anyway, I just need to speak to Roche. I've got some stuff to do with Priscilla as well. Now, did I play the Gwent Obsessed guy earlier? When I bought the Gauntro Dim cards for him, or did I save that for later? Let's have a look. No, I didn't actually play him. So I need to go and play that guy as well at some point. Might as well play him now. While I'm in the area, that's why I just checked there. So you win the unique Shrew card from him. He's a Hearts of Stone addition to the game, so he comes with the Hearts of Stone expansion. And I must have deliberately left playing him because I was wanting to get the full Nilfgaard deck and then use that for the whole playthrough if at all possible. So I pretty much ignored playing people until as I had this full deck as possible. So let's just have a look. Okay. I think I've probably got everything else from him though. So let's do this again. So what have we got? Now we didn't get any spies there, which is a bit unfortunate. I've got a couple of strong cards. I've got the medics, so I should be able to replay those as well. I've got that Scorch as well. Just going to try and get him to play a few more of the 6 strength cards first. I'll be able to replay Dandelion, so should be able to do fine there. Okay, so that's 1 round down, that's not bad at all. And with the decoy and those kind of things, I can replay a couple of those powerful cards there. Should be able to win this one too. I'm just going to play this. So let me get a bit of a score on there, make them waste another card, and then I will take that medic from their deck, I think. Or even better, I'll just take that villain Tretemeth, which will be very useful. So I can pass on this one. And then I can take the villain Tretemeth from their deck. Oh, that's dangerous. That puts a bit of a spanner in the works. But I'll be able to get rid of that first. Might as well play the Vernon Roche now, because there's not going to be anything else, any other use for it. And I'll play this. And let's have a look. So we'll play this again. Might as well double up that card on there, just for 1 extra point, and then see what their last card is. And of course it's the one that they decoyed off, so I actually forgot about that, but that's not a problem at all. So I can take this one off, play something back again. So he has a really good deck, and that Biting Frost can cause problems. But with the versatility of the Nilfgaard deck, we got that Commander's Horn, and even though I didn't get any spies at all there, I was just able to use that anyway and get that back. So yeah, instead of Vernon Roche, it might have been an idea for me to in fact take the one of the agile cards, because then obviously I could double that up. Should have really done that, but even though I didn't play it perfectly, still won the game, and that's, you know, a big part of the versatility of that Nilfgaard deck and how you can win things, even against people with very, very good decks like him. So that's kind of cool. Right, so now I just have to go and speak to Roche. Have a little ride on my own Roche, different spellings, obviously. But yeah, we're just going to go and see Vernon Roche, and then we can carry on with the Novigrad quest lines. Now the reason that oh, wild horses. The reason that I want to do the Roche quest lines is not only do you get a Gwent card from him, I like to try and get all the Gwent cards and play everybody I can, but it also means that you unlock Tala as a character. He's as part of the last quest, so you have to have done those quests, and it gives you the option of doing Reason of State as well later on, and you know, whichever way you want to go with Radovid, that way. But the reason that we want Tala to be available is because he has the Geralt card, which is awesome. And that's a really, really strong card. The exact same card as Ciri. That's a 15 strength hero card. Really great addition to any deck as well. So I just want to have that one there. Alright. So I've just got to do all this stuff. We need to go and visit Roche by the bridge, so that's going to level us up again, and then I just need to go and ride and meet him, and that'll continue on with this main storyline quest and get that sorted. Not too far to go. These fields are an interesting place to look for things though. So there are some fields where you'll be able to what's the word? There are some fields where you'll be able to find a noon wraith or a night wraith, depending on the time of day. So that can be useful as well. That's not a basilisk, baby wyvern. Okay. Lols. Don't know why I just used the Superior Blizzard, seems like that's a solo anyway, but yeah, whatever. Don't take a whole lot of damage there anyway. Now these things don't really take any damage from Aard, but it doesn't really matter because Igni will do a ton to him. Now we can take it out like that. Yeah. And the wyvern hides are quite useful. They can be sold to certain alchemists. And again, alchemists, some of them give you better prices than others, but you can get a pretty decent price for a wyvern hide if you sell them to the right alchemist. So if you're in need of a bit of extra cash and stuff like that, it can be very useful too. Alright, let's just nick all this stuff. Guards don't seem too bothered about me looting right in front of them there, but whatever. Got to meet Roche and then follow him to see this mystery person who, spoilers, turns out to be King Radovid. Okay, so just going to speak to Roche and then carry on with the rest of the Whoreson quests. Okay. Radvid playing chess and spouting his complete bollocks that he always does. Being, you know, a little bit on the insane side of things. I do love this game, but on replays, obviously like this one, it's not a story-based one, so it's just a gameplay-based playthrough, which is why I'm skipping through all the dialogue and everything else. Again, a lot of these have like really interesting stuff like that, so just gonna skip through that. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I understand. No, you don't. Full of shit. Okay. Unimportant. Well, why the fuck are you going on about stuff then? Anyway. Right, so yeah. Alright. He descends deeper into madness. Yeah, he's a complete nutter. Right, so that's that bit taken care of. Now we're just got to get inside Whoreson's hideout. Fortunately, this is like right here now anyway, so. Oh no, gangs of Novigrad. Oh well. That's weird, I thought I'd done enough to actually, whoops. Past that. Oh dear. Well, that was stupid. Yeah, I really wasn't paying attention there, was I? Got distracted because I failed that quest. Never mind. I'm not losing all my coin, don't be daft. You do lose, like, your entire coin if you do that. Which is no good, because I'll need that later. Really wasn't worth it for a seashell. I forgot that the guards in Oxenfurt will sometimes do that as well. I got stuck on the wall there, as otherwise would have been able to get away. Anyway, reload, because not going down to 0 coin, don't be daft. Yeah, so why did I fail that Gangs of Novigrad quest? That's weird. Because I went with them to the arena. Well, I went to the casino, I went to the arena. So that's normally enough to have passed it, I thought. Maybe not. Maybe not. That's strange. It's weird that it only failed then as well. Maybe I should have gone and spoken to the dwarves before I went to look for the hideout. Before I went and looked for Whoreson Junior's hideout in Novigrad. Doesn't really matter because I already failed one quest, so it's not like I was on a perfect run for this one anyway. I have done that before. I've just done most of my playthroughs. I'll not have any failed quests. I've done a couple with everything completed, more or less. Some of the odd side quests that, you know, you don't get. But then, obviously, if you don't get the odd side quest, then you don't fail them either. But there have been playthroughs where I've done pretty much everything in one playthrough. All the options, most of the side quests. It'd be extremely difficult to do a perfect playthrough of this game because there are so many little side quests, and some of them are dependent on doing things like if you don't go to Skellige early, then you don't get to do Flesh for Sale because you'll probably have started following the thread with Lambert before you actually come to do that. So there are a bunch of different things that depend on, you know, what you've done previously and things like that. It's very interesting. Just gonna wait for this to reload. And then, yeah, have a look at Gangs of Novigrad and why that's failed. What did I miss there? That's weird. I met them outside the arena. Normally, I would have said normally that you only have to do one of them, because I've done it before where I don't destroy the arena and stuff like that with the dwarves. Anyway, doesn't really matter. I'll get the new gate. Fail Gangs of Novigrad, but never mind. That's absolutely fine. Remember not to nick this stuff this time. What was it that I took? Yeah, I didn't get the warning, that's why. Not really worth it for a seashell, although you can deconstruct those and get the pearl from them, which is useful. Pretty sure I've played this guy already. But I can offload some of those blackjacks that I looted as well. Oh. Have I played this guy already? At Gwent? I think I played everybody here. Yeah, I think so. I'll play him again. He's got a good deck. I think he's got monster deck, if I remember. Yeah, he does have a monster deck. That's interesting. Now, that's a bit unfortunate because I've got the Scorch and all that, but what I'd actually needed was maybe the Biting Frost or something else. So what I'm going to try and do is I'll try and get this guy to play all of his cards and to double up like that, which is brilliant. And I'll try and get him to waste as many as possible and see if I can get him to play the Crones or something else, or the Vampires. And then I can just use that to my advantage, replay them with these things afterwards. Okay, so don't want to scorch my own cards though, obviously. It's going to be quite tricky to win actually, but we'll see. That's great because that'll make him play the Crones there, and I'll get rid of those. In fact, I'll just save that Scorch because he's used those now. I should be able to win, hopefully, going forward. Scorch those. I'm going to bring one back. But I think I should have enough cards to be able to win anyway. Oh, why did that muster back? That's not fair. That normally doesn't work like that. Oh well. And then they'll only have one card. So I should be able to win next round, depending on what that one card is. Play that Crone back again, because that's going to be the highest value one. Double that up. And then I can replay both of these with the medics. So that's the great thing about, again, some of the tactics that you'd use in the Nilfgaard deck. As long as you're playing things in the correct order, you can normally outlast them even if you don't get the spies. So that was like a terrible draw for me to get in that. That's like one of the worst starting hands I could get with this deck setup, because I didn't get any of my... I got the Scorch, I didn't get Villain Tretameth, I got the decoys, but no Villain Tretameth against the that deck, the monster deck. And then on top of that, I didn't get any of my spies to be able to use those for Relentless or anything like that. So even with that being, you know, pretty much the worst setup you could get, it was still absolutely fine, which is kind of cool. And those are the sort of tactics that you can use. So, you know, made good use of the Scorch card, played it at the right time, made them waste the leader ability and a load of stuff like that, and waste the Crones in the first instance. So yeah, really good. Right, so we've got these guys here. Just want to be piling up on my potions again. Oh, I forgot to sell the blacksmith, all that stuff, never mind. So just going to be reusing all this. And then you see there, we've got all the potions in use at once. And we'll be using Piercing Cold just like that. Easily take those out. And then we'll go in and take the key. And all that stuff. Now this is you know, a really great example of how this setup's going to work against like accidental axie there, against a ton of different enemies. And so it's Piercing Cold. And with all the bonus you get from, you know, Piercing Cold's damage, the chance to instant kill, like that guy just there, instantly died. And we've also got Magic Trap, so I'll be able to put a Magic Trap down so that these guys don't hit me with the, what's the word, arrows. And yeah, Just going to set up Vernon again. And we've got far-reaching Aard as well. And so we can do a ton of damage without ever needing to be close to them. And then sometimes get the instant kill in there as well. It's just so good. I love Piercing Cold for that. So again, we've got another guy here. Can burn people with Igni as well. Get Quen up. And the guy just shot his own dude there as well. And again, we've got Quen. We can set up a magic trap. So that they're not able to hit us with that. And then we've got the slowdown from Blizzard as well. So they never even get close enough to really hit us or kill us or anything like that. And yeah, everybody dead again. That's the beauty of this build. I can really effectively kill people from distance and really take them out. It's just a ton of fun playing like that as well. Okay, grab all this stuff. Because all of the things that you get on New Game Plus are higher level, because the enemies are higher level, it means that everything that you take from them gets sold for a ton of money as well. So when I get to Toussaint, I'll sell all the stuff to everybody over there. There's normally another archer over here, but I think I might have killed him already. Another couple of guys there. Yeah, there's the other archer who's normally there. And just get such quick stamina regeneration. I could just go over and kill that guy, but I always like the chance of instantly killing them with that anyway, which is a ton of fun. Right, so loot all this stuff. I actually spared Whoreson Junior in the last playthrough, but on no such luck for him this time. I think I'll just kill him. So yeah. Okay, so set these guys burning. That has the added effect of also being able to let you to get everything sorted, like your stamina regenerates and stuff like that, whilst they're burning, because they're incapacitated while they're burning as well. So Igni are both extremely effective with this type of build.
Fucking degenerate wall. He so much as touched Ciri, he'll pay.
Yeah. What the sandwich fuck is this? So I think this time we'll just kill the lowlife, why not, eh? Especially after he's treated this woman this way. Bad idea. Everything about the Griffin armor looks really smart apart from the breastplate. I hate that kind of crap. What the hell?
What the sandwich fuck is this?
Yep. Right. Deserves it.
Hello, June. I've come to... I'll give you... Got it.
Anyway. I like threatening him like this as well.
Had to kill a lot. Some of them tried to cheat. I feel like one more lie to be the last bitter drop in a chalice full of sorrow. And then I'd do something I would later regret. Yes. Good.
Yeah, man. Anyway, still wearing that wolf mask. I don't know. I just kind of think it's cool. I had it left over from the goes well with the armor and stuff. I don't know why. Even though it's Griffin armor, not wolf armor, but yeah. So now we've got to do this bit with Ciri. I really hate doing all Ciri's quests in Deathmarch, but never mind. We'll see. I could do something to set up and like how high your attack and stuff like that is. I feel like it sort of affects Ciri. It seems to affect Ciri and how it is with her. Like I swear sometimes her fights are tons easier than they are normally. I can't really explain it, but I suppose it's about the same, about as much as that. Anyway, so we've got Dandelion and Ciri. Just got to do these bits with Ciri. Whoops.
Room on the top floor. One with the balcony.
Okay. She's very sure-footed.
There's the balcony. Let's see what's inside.
Oh yeah, it's this window. Oh yeah. Is this where he's got doo-doo? Yeah, he's got doo-doo. Anyway, kick Junior's ass 'cause he's an idiot. Ugh. So bored of doing stuff like this. I hate Ciri's quest for that. Anyway, so he comes running over, then you teleport. You can always just... You can pretty much just always teleport and get a hit in. It's really easy fighting Whoreson with her. It's the henchmen that give you a lot more problems. Would have been a much shorter section if you were just able to... Anyway. Kill him there instead, but skip out of a good chunk of the game. But sadly you cannot, obviously, because it's scripted and it ends as soon as you've done that damage to him. So then we just got to take out all these dudes. Ow, that was annoying. But you see there, you know, they didn't really do any damage to Ciri either, so... Even though this is still deathmatch, it's very easy for whatever reason. So some of her parts are really easy and some of them seem really difficult. It's really irritating. Like the fight against the basilisk in the Baron's retelling of her storyline is so irritating. I always hate that bit, but this bit seems pretty easy at the minute. Took a hit there, and for some reason it took no damage whatsoever. You can easily dodge away. And again, yeah, just took a hit and it just did no damage at all, so... Anyway. Sword guy, no problem at all, just dodge behind them. She's far too strong for these guys, so... How do we get out? Oh yeah, front door. Well, that was easy. Pretty sure that's all we had to do there. I can't remember. Right, yeah, because it's Dandelion who tells the story of them fleeing right at the end. So that's only after we've done Poet Under Pressure. Poet Under Pressure. So we'll do this, then we've got to do Dangerous Game and Roche's quests and things like that. So we'll have to do those as well. Then we'll do Now or Never Last, I think. Sort of depends. Anyway. Okay. Nope.
Let me tell you where I'm looking for this, and that's why. No.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you did, boy. That's alright. He's an idiot anyway. Ton more experience there. These main quests, they do get you a lot of experience and stuff like that. So very useful. So we've got to find Doo-Doo now. And speak to Priscilla. This is where Radovid wants to talk to you as well, I think.
No.
Yep. Speak to him, we've got to try and find Philippa. That little side quest doesn't take too long, really. Won't take very long at all, actually.
Follow me.
Got to speak to Radovid again.
Ship was funded with donations from noble women. Ladies from the most prominent families gave up their jewelry.
A spur of the moment patriotic impulse.
Okay. Speak to Radovid, playing his chess again. I really like chess. Anyway. Got all this stuff. A favour for Radovid. I need that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks. Never. It's a
Right, so what have we got to do next? Ah, that plays the thing. I really hate that quest. Oh, never mind. Right. Might as well do that while we're here. Then we got Redania's Most Wanted and Roche's Quest.
Pardon me, Witcher Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah, what do you want?
Interesting.
I have a message for you.
Hang on. Who from?
Read it. You'll know. Long live Radovid!
Huh.
Sent by Ciri.
Interesting.
I should find her.
That'll be now or never then, yeah. So it doesn't really matter when I do Dangerous Game, because I'm not going to be able to do the statuette before Now or Never, I don't think. If Now or Never started, as far as I'm aware, you can't speak to Trish about the statuettes. I think that's right. Probably do Dangerous Game first anyway, just because might as well. Have vague notions of doing Collect 'em All in this playthrough anyway, just cause. So let's try and sort this bit first. I think, can you do Thou Shalt Not Pass from this side? I think you can. Yeah, that's weird. So even though you're already on the order, even though you're already on the island from having got across the other side, you can still do that. How bizarre. Anyway, so we've got that. Now we need to do the Plays the Thing. We need to do a few other things. Eye for an Eye. Eye for an Eye and Redania's Most Wanted are quite close, I think. They're on this side of Velen anyway, if I recall. So there's that. Might as well do those now, I think. Get them out of the way, if I am doing those. Or I could just skip those entirely, but like I say, I kind of want to do. I always kind of want to get the Geralt card. Probably will do an Eye for an Eye. We'll do that first. 700's quite a way to go travelling on Roche, so I'll just see if I can fast travel first. I'll not actually do Roche's Quest yet, because I'll do it after I've started Dangerous Game. Might as well, because then we can play him at Gwent at the same time. So we'll just ride this way. Where you at, Roche? This Roche. Roche the horse, named after a fish, not after Vernon Roche, obviously. At least that's what I read. Definitely not named after Vernon Roche, because they're different spellings. But yeah. And obviously Geralt always calls his horse Roche. Anyway, so we're just going to ride this way and deal with these things.
Chest completely crushed. Ribs must have pierced the flesh, charred to the bone in places.
Okay, take these things out and carry on from there. Yeah. Anyway, give me this stupid thing. Get fucked. Anyway. Yeah, like I care. Don't worry about it. Get the enhanced feline legendary diagram in here. For one of the swords, I think. Yep. Legendary feline silver sword. Oh, it's just a regular one. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Okay. So, one of the small advantages of delayed recovery, not that it really matters, but one of the things you can do is that you can use damn, toxicity too high. Anyway, let's clear that off. You can use Superior Cat if you want. If you're in dark places. And keep that up. Okay.
Be a bit harder for me to move around. Portals. Great.
Oh, really hate portals. Never mind.
Who would have thunk? A remix. It's edge afraid.
I'll grab all this stuff. Now, I applied the Ogrod oil because the vast majority of the enemies here are knickers.
Like this.
But we can take these out pretty easily. Instant kill on that one. Get a ton of damage on these. Finish those off pretty easily with a few sword strikes. Easy. Another nicker. Instant death.
Damn. It should work now. Did it. Activated the portal.
So this will be a nice and easy, ton of fun.
Did the portal.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope. I'll
Get all this stuff. Hit.
have it.
Fair dues. I can't use spies against this, that's annoying. Oh well. Oh, he's took all my he's took all my potions off as well, which is annoying. I'll have to meditate after this. Oh, I hate fist fighting on Deathmarch, it's so boring. Anyway. Take him out easy enough. And then before I meditate, I'll just be able to quickly heal up, which is cool. Don't even need to meditate actually. I'll just give Killer Whale a miss.
Love letters.
What an idiot.
Interesting. Philippa dumped some woman for Dijkstra.
Where's the crystal then? Oh, I just took it off that guy, didn't I? So, where do we put it then?
Right.
Yeah.
That activated.
Okay, that's that sorted. Then we carry on. Don't know what that strange fluttering is in the background. But we'll have to have a find. Alright, bunch of neckers again. Again, don't think I have any swimming to do, so it's not like it's a problem that missing any of the killer whale in our list of concoctions.
God, come closer.
Okay, so instant kill on that. Stab that one, job's a good one. Nice. Piercing cold, so cool. Take out the Necker warrior, all that stuff. And again, so useful having Aard being able to do that. So you've got the insta kill chance, you've got everything else involved. And then any that don't instantly die, you can finish off with the stab. Tons of fun. A ton of mutations there as well, which you'll be able to convert a little bit later. Take that power cell. Anything else useful down here? Doesn't appear to be. Nothing that I remember anyway. This build's so cool. No pun intended. Alright. I'll just keep my toxicity up because I believe this is the end of this quest, if I remember. And keeping the toxicity up will let me fight the human enemies that we have to at the end. Because I'm not going to give them the crystal. So I'll just keep this topped up. I was going to say, why is that portal taking such a long time?
The lowest level.
Ah, yeah, we've got to fight a gargoyle or some such. Elemental? Yeah, elemental. It's a fire elemental, so not really that much of a problem, but should be able to take it out. And the great thing about that is that we can put the fire out with Aard. Which is always useful. Need to I might as well get my oil on as well. And just use that. So we need elemental oil for these things. And get coin back up as well. Igni obviously does nothing against these things, but a combination of Aard and that should be a no problem. It must count as raining maybe, because we're doing guaranteed critical hits, which is cool. Alright, let's just get the sword repaired as well. No point taking, no point having that do low damage. I know I've got a ton of repair kits, because I always have a ton of repair kits. Genuine ones that do 40%. Get that back to 100. Same again. Stun, hit, stun, hit. So this is why it's a really good idea to have at least a bit of strong attack skills with this kind of build as well. If it's like a science based build, because you'll still find you have a much better time against elementals if you do that. At least I find anyway. It's much better like that. I don't think you can actually hurt these things with fire damage at all, so yeah, just... Does fire damage even do anything to them? Oh, it does. That's interesting. How strange. Anyway, grab all this stuff. Oh, we got a greater runestone from that as well. How interesting. Anyway, let's keep that going. Some stuff to grab down here. There is a bit more to explore in this cave, but I don't really feel the need to do it right now, so not going to immediately. Let's keep the toxicity topped up again.
Bed, table, a few chairs. Mother's gets a home nonetheless. Philip always wore around her neck. Except these covered in blood instruments. Philip now operated on someone hard, almost completely. Can't read a thing.
Interesting.
Scorched, covered in soot. Maybe one of the crystals survived. Crystal from a megascope.
Alright.
Chipped.
That's everything all sorted there. And then we just got to find our way home. Which I believe is that one there. So there is something through there, but I don't really need it. I can't remember what it is, so don't need it in New Game Plus anyway. Got everything I do need. Alright. You're just getting a scrap with these dudes when you come back out. If you refuse to give them the crystal, which obviously I will refuse. Okay. Now, weirdly, the Superior Blizzard seems to be working with delayed recovery again. It's very odd how it sometimes does, sometimes doesn't, but got pretty much everything active that I want there. I wonder if these guys will still be frozen after I've done that. That'd be quite interesting. Get fucked. Not telling you anything. Go away. Not gonna happen. So I wonder if they'll be frozen because I threw the thing already. No, they won't. Okay. Well, that'll be easy enough to deal with anyway. Hit him first, then Aard. And now you're all going to die. Get wrecked. Some people can't be actually knocked down. It's no big deal. In fact, I'll just burn him and then... and then just get the other stuff going again. Instant death for that guy. And then everybody's dead again. Awesome. Pissing cold rocks. So much fun. Anyway. That's these dozy beggars taken out. Seriously, why do they think they're going to be able to take on like a master witcher? Especially since I like all their dudes died and then I came out of the cave absolutely fine. And they're like, yeah, don't worry about it, we can take him on. How? How can you? Really? Bad idea. Anyway. I'll speak to Radovid at some point, but not necessarily just yet. We have some slightly more pressing matters to deal with. Anything else crucial? Not really. No, nothing else that really needs doing right now. Ugh, best get the place the thing over with. I really don't like the place the thing. It's one of my absolute least favourite quests, but what can you do? I've been saving a ton of stuff to sell in Toussaint, but I think I've got that much of it now that I'll just sell these things I've got here in Novigrad and stuff. Anyway, all good. So, just carrying on. Just wait for this loading screen, get back to Novigrad. Got to speak to Priscilla. And again, I'm just going to smash through all the dialogue on this one because I've done it A, a million times, and B, it's one of my least favourite quests anyway. Again, kind of cool the first time, I suppose. I don't know. I didn't really even like this questline a lot the first time. I thought the Novigrad quest. We'll see. Right, want to sell my books and stuff like that. Need to meditate to get rid of Superior Cat as well anyway. Saw the armourer was there, so I'll be able to sell stuff to him. This is one of the two people on this square, the other one being Marcus, who gives you really good prices for books and stuff like that. Always good. Let's have a look. Come on. Got a load of stuff to sell here, but the things you want to sell to this guy are books and stuff like that. Just check they've all been read, which they all have. And some of them, even though you're not getting a lot for them, you get like some pretty decent stuff. Sell all this stuff. Might as well get a little bit of extra money, even though it's not very much, but a couple hundred crowns here and there, always useful. You can see from like, you know, how much his money's going down, you can just see the cumulative total, so here's a couple of hundred that you get. So, maybe about 300 or more crowns there, pretty good. So yeah, not bad at all. I can sell a bunch of stuff to this guy as well. Top-notch swords indeed. Alright. See how much I get for these. I might just sell the swords to him, even though he gives slightly lower prices for the swords. Depends how much he's got left after selling all this stuff. Oh yeah, I can sell most of these to him. Not getting like a lot for them, but that's not really the point. Just clear some inventory space. Nice. Sell a couple of these things as well. Right. Anyway, that'll do for the most part.
So
I'll just carry on. Right. Now we're right here at the Kingfisher. Ah, how do you get round there then? Must be round the back. Going to speak to Priscilla and then go through that. I can skip the fist fight and plays the thing because I don't really need money in this playthrough because I've already got all the armor I want and stuff like that. It'd be quite easy for me to just go through a few things like that. I'm just going to sell some things to Olivia. He gives decent prices. I'm not going back to Skellige anytime soon. I might as well just offload some stuff.
what do you say?
Sell a little bit to him. He's a person who gives pretty decent prices. Not amazing, but pretty good. Sell some of the heavier stuff. Just to clear up a bit of inventory space. Let's get rid of some of this crap. Don't really need much of it, to be honest. So I'll sell a bit to him, get rid. And leave some stuff that I'll instead dismantle a bit later. Just while I'm here. Always a good idea to get rid of your junk like that. Or to dismantle some of it if you're going to be creating different armors and things like that. Again, not planning on doing that this playthrough, so it's not really a major concern. Alright. Get this stuff all sorted.
Think I know how to.
This.
Oh,
Brilliant.
you're
With this.
we.
Dandy.
Alright.
We need
Got to skip through all this stuff again.
this.
Action.
Alright.
Thousand. Now to perhaps and the booing.
Go with this.
Really.
Okay.
We need.
I've some.
Gonna.
Cool. I've two.
Call it this for a laugh, why not?
Nothing. I was.
Get more money if you do it as a comedy, by the way. And it's funny. Right, so, get all this. Priscilla writing all this kind of stuff.
You were.
That one.
You.
I didn't.
Alright. So, get a bunch more experience for that. Time to level up again. Then we got to go and do the plays the thing. Like I say, definitely not my favourite quest to be honest, but never mind. Oh, you got to remain. To slay beasts most foul. Perhaps. Oh, trying to remember these. Right. Who's that? Who's dumb enough to try and take me on? Oh yeah, these guys. They're always here. Go away. Deadsies. Dumbass. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Anyway. Take these dorks out. have to pay to get in, I think you do.
This where Madam.
Yeah. Son.
Nope.
Nick. Here.
Anyway. Don't know why it makes you pay for a ticket, that's weird. Anyway. Where is Irina? Can't be bothered looting this stuff, I want to just get things going a little bit. Seriously, where is she? He says and then immediately starts looting. Oh, she's round the front.
I've worked up quite well. Be gone with you.
Get stuffed. Alchemist powder. See, it's always good to have this stuff to sell at least if you need to sell some. Yeah, looks like it, mate. Whoops. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Right, so get this bit sorted. Then you got to choose whether you want to, you know, get the mummers and all that kind of stuff. I think you get more money if you do that. So we'll have to see. Right. Get these sort of things sorted. Alright. So now we've got to do these things instead. Which is closest? Recruit the jugglers first. Alright, so we're going to speak to them first. Pretty nice and easy, you just have to take out a couple of bandits and stuff.
Guardsmen outside Triss's house. Not good.
Ruh-roh. Alright. Skip through all this stuff. Alright, cool. Cool. Going through this stuff. Get rid of these guys. And that's all good. A bit of dimeritium to grab, always fun. Always a good idea to loot stuff just because you never know when you're going to get things like dimeritium and things like that. And if you're not using those glyphs, you can, you know, sell the glyphs and things as well. Right. Get rid of these guys. Yeah, get stuffed. Go away. Well, what do you think is going to happen? Dumbasses. Don't really even need anything to be able to take care of these guys. They'll just burn anyway. And I can take them out with a piercing cold afterwards. Ton of damage as usual. As soon as one of them dies, they get all scared and run away. Dumbassism anyway. Right, that's that. Head over to the docks on the other side. Got a fair way to run there actually, so might as well get that in. Oh, these guys again. You were saying? Bye. He isn't half the man he used to be. Ah ha ha. Anyway. Just gotta run across the entirety of Novigrad for no reason whatsoever. Could sell some stuff to that herbalist actually while I'm here, but I'm alright for money and stuff at the moment anyway. No real need to do that. Just going to carry on. This game's so amazing. Absolutely love it.
What's the hurry?
So run all the way down here. Come down to the docks. You can beat these guys in a fist fight if you so choose, but I've got enough money in this playthrough that I don't need to bother. I'll just pay them to go away and come and do the things that you need them to do. Not far to go now, almost there. If you've got a particularly long way and you know you're going to have to run the whole way, it can be a good idea just to use that werewolf decoction just to avoid the hassle.
Good fight. Some nice footwork there.
Challenging me, or is it hell you want to face? A witcher versus the beast of...
No.
Alright, gimme.
Okay, so that was easy enough. There's a bunch of good stuff around here actually that you can loot, like, yeah, got a bit of dimeritium ore there and stuff like that. Very useful. And I think you can get a fair number of seashells and stuff around here as well, so it's like pretty good if you are in need of money. This is a good place to be looting. Make sure you grab all this stuff. There you go, seashells. They're really good because again you can dismantle them into pearls, and the pearls sell for a lot. Or you can use them to then dismantle the pearls, and you get the pearl dust or whatever it is that you need to make glyphs and runes. I think it's dark pearls for runes, and the pearl dust is for glyphs, which are your armor ones. So always worth remembering and bearing that in mind. Anyway, just loot a couple of these things on the way. Not that I really need them again, but you know, force a habit. Anyway, we got all this stuff that'll do for now. Just got to run all the way back over Novigrad again. Which way am I going? I'll go the other way. Oh, is this Tories? Yeah, oh, it is Tories. Okay. Speak to the King of Beggars while I'm here. Because that was you know, something that you get a quest for. So whilst I'm literally running past, might as well just speak to him. Vinnie Jones lookalike, where is he? Seriously, where is he? Maybe he's upstairs. Or maybe I have to meditate? I'm not really sure. Is he about? Nope, he's not about. That's weird. Sure he's here normally. That's weird. Oh, there he is. I was just on the wrong side of the room. What a dumbass. Oh wow, 10 experience points. Thanks for that. And a pointless item there as well, but never mind. Okie dokie. Got to talk to Irina again. Oh, I'm knackered. One sympathises. I think I will sell some stuff to this guy this time. Even though 5 minutes ago I said that I didn't need to. Who knows? So we got some of this stuff to sell. He doesn't really have a lot of actual money. So we'll start with the stuff that we really don't need, like these alchemist powders. Just sell a chunk of those. It's a good little way to get some as well. There's also an alcohol merchant. This guy. And he buys things for a good price as well, I think. He buys alchemy ingredients. Let's have a look.
Show me you.
And he tends to have a bit more money. Yeah, so he buys this stuff as well. And he has quite a bit of money that you can actually, you know, sell things to him as well. So, got these alchemy pastes and things like that. Don't really need a lot of those. So you can sell a bunch of those. Sell a bunch of these. Temerian rye, things like that. Nilfgaardian lemon. And just from looting, I've got a ton of those built up now. So there you go, easy 1,000 crowns there as well. So this is like, you know when you think things are really expensive, like it seems like things can be really expensive, like the Temerian armor set and stuff earlier in the game, but like you can accrue a lot of things that you can just pick up and then sell, and so oftentimes it's pretty easy to be able to get together money if you need it for specific things. Anyway, we'll see. So just going to go through that. Who's going to play The Witcher, I wonder? Okay. I always go with these choices for, you know, it's just, you know, solid. So, right, so we just got to go over this stuff. Go through all this stuff again. If you get your lines right and you have everything, you know, it's all publicised and all that kind of stuff. If you have it as a comedy, you also avoid the fight at the end. And then if you choose all of the correct options, you get a good amount of money for it afterwards too. Or at least a reasonable amount. So we can go through all this. Alright. Only one line in the first bit. What are the starts? T. So I always try and remember the first letters of the actual line, of the lines that you have to choose. So it's TPS, and then it's like BN or something like that. TPS BN. S. So yeah. Oh, except they're both B anyway. Oh, that's butter base. I remember the base bit. Yeah. Sorted. Right, so I think that should be right. So my little remembering the first letter thing doesn't really work so well, seeing out the fourth option in both begins with B. Ha! Never mind. Anyway, so you avoid that fight with it being a comedy like that. And as long as you've not made any mistakes and stuff, you get all your... what's the word? I can't remember. What is the word? Seriously. Money. Yeah, money was the thing. Word I was searching for. Anyway, gonna go through all that stuff. All right. Okay. Got all this stuff, and then we've got to go and do Poet Under Pressure. Do all that stuff as well. Alright. Just gonna go and speak to Dijkstra first. Super. Alright. So we get everything there, get a little bit of experience. Get a ton of that experience, like, in fact. For getting everything correct and all that kind of stuff. And then you get your crowns as well. Just going to go and speak to Dijkstra. Which way are we going? Oh yeah, this way. Who knows? Took a bit of a long way around there, but never mind. As the plays the thing all done. Almost leveled up again already. And there's it just telling us that we're on poet under pressure. Which is cool. Okay.
You can only get since you aim to I mean that at the
Cool. Always fun. Okay, so with us having to do poet under pressure next, I think that's probably a fairly good place to leave it. So I will make my way over there, and that is where I will be picking up the next episode. So if you've watched the whole episode and you're still with me, then thank you so much for watching. And please, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe and all that stuff, because again, it helps me out, gets the content out there and everything like that, which is tons of fun. And you know, gives me a bit more motivation to play the game, knowing that other people enjoy it and all that kind of thing. So thank you all so much for watching, and you all have a good day on the path.